Yes, good evening all of you. Yes, today's articles as part of our current affairs reverse engineering. I think you might have understood about quantum heat engine. Okay, every day you will get at least one or two scientific concepts, and also one concept related to one core economics, right? Economy. So I think yesterday's session, have you attended online? It seems no. Okay, please go through it once. Okay, so those questions are very important that they are core to the concept related to core sciences and related to core economy. However, they are mostly applied in nature. They are more frequently coming into the newspaper. Therefore, they will ask the question related to those core sciences given in the newspaper itself. I will show you how they have asked the questions. Here, index numbers of wholesale prices in India for the month of September 2023. Therefore, the potential question may be with respect to UPSC, distinguishing between wholesale price index and consumer price index. Yes, consumer price index, wholesale price index, and the weightage for this CPA and WPA, first aspect. And the second aspect is which is considered to be the major indicator for understanding the inflation of our country. Which is the major indicator? Which should be, yes, definitely CPA, because it also includes services. Okay. However, it is not as much, I mean in terms of number, WPA is larger than that of the CPA. It contains, initially it contains 676 goods, now it is containing around, it consists of 697 goods, okay, basket of goods. These goods are representative goods, right. However, this coming to this weightage part, here the manufacturing articles, the articles which are manufactured are weighing more than that of other articles. And next part is about the cereals, pulses, okay, and primary articles and minerals. And the other one is fuel and power, which is consisting of 13%. So 64% is 64% contribution is from manufacturing sector, the goods related to manufacturing sector, and 22% is around from which sector? Primary articles, and remaining one is from fuel and power, 13% around. Okay. This is what the weightage of WPA is given, and the weightage of food prices and primary articles in the WPA is more than that of CPA. Okay. However, WPA only indicating the prices at wholesale level, that means at factor cost. Here the CPA is actually the fundamental indicator for assessing the inflation and also determining dearness allowance of employees also, right. These were the questions. And coming to this, consider these are fundamentals and basics, I think you might have known about it. Next, coming to this, consider the following: oil, seeds, vegetables, crude, petroleum, vegetable, animal. So, how many of the commodities listed above are used in the calculation of wholesale price index in India? Okay. So, the list of items which are coming under primary and also fuel and power and related to manufacturing articles must be understood by you. You no need to learn all the 697 representative goods, just you should have a common sense to answer this question. Will you be able to answer this question? Try to answer this one. I think you might have answered it, just keep it in your mind. And coming to this PYQ, in 2020 UPSC Civil Service Examination, it clearly distinguished between CPA and WPA. CPA, it is weightage of food in consumer price index is higher than that of wholesale price index. So, likewise they will twist the statements. Okay. And coming to this one, Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade releases this index. Remember, who releases the index? Who releases the DPIIT releases the index number of wholesale prices in India on monthly basis. That is important. And next, with a lag of 2 weeks, that is not important at all. Next, primary articles are weighing around 22%. Cereals, paddy, wheat, pulses, vegetables, potato, onion, these are, and oil, seeds, minerals, crude, petroleum and natural gas. Okay. These are related to primary articles, that are sectors related to primary. And next one, fuel and power is consisting of around 13.5% in the wholesale price index part. And next, manufactured products are around 64%. Okay. In this manufacturing sector, it will contain tobacco products, textiles, wearing apparel, leather, related products, and also wood, and next paper and paper products, chemicals. Please list out all these things. This is very simple for you. Manufacturing sector will contain all the secondary sector things, okay, in the economy. Next, magnetic stress as a new chauffeur of metal insulator transition. The mystery behind the peculiar metal insulated transition exhibited by certain material, because a material which is conductive in nature will always be remaining conductive in most of the times, and non-conductive material will be non-conductive in almost in generally it is a non-conducting material, this wood and the plastic. However, few materials will also be there which are peculiar in nature, that is abnormal, they are not normal in nature. Here the mystery behind the peculiar metal insulated transition exhibited by certain material under external stimulation, that is pressure, temperature and any electric magnetic field something that you have applied, then immediately they will shift their transition from conductor to non-conductor and non-conductor vice versa. Okay, it may take place. This is, and these materials are termed as metal insulator materials, and this is they have different phases of transition. And here the listed items which are considered to be metal insulator transition. So, metal insulator transition means they may undergo transition from conductor to non-conductor and vice versa. There are listed items here, strontium titanate and perovskite oxides and tungsten disulfide and polyacetylene. Okay. Try to remember these things. Sometimes apart from understanding the concepts, you need to mug up certain things. It is quintessential for this preliminary exam part. Otherwise, it is quite difficult for you, like GHG emission and the potential of GHG emission and ascending order, descending order. Therefore, you need to recall, remind and several times repeat certain things, and core industries, okay, and core industries and their weightage also. Likewise, you need to remember certain part, mug up it. Okay. And next, coming to which one of the following pairs metals constitutes the light and heaviest metal and lightest metal respectively. They have asked about lightest and heaviest metals in UPSC 2008. So, you will get to know the importance of such questions which are given in the PIB itself. Those are articles taken from Press Information Bureau. Okay. Next, coming to this, metal insulated transition is a phenomenon that occurs in certain material when they undergo transition due to the stimulation that has come from the external forces. They may be temperature, pressure, magnetic field, something some electricity that you have applied, they will undergo into non-conduction or conduction itself. So, these matter is very important. Those are manganites and strontium titanate and vanadium dioxide. These have to be remembered by you. Okay. They are considered to be metal insulated transitions. Next, why exclude single woman from opting for surrogacy? High Court is asking. Actually, only a widow and a divorce between 35 to 45 years of age can opt for this surrogacy under the Surrogacy Regulation Act, which was passed by Government of India and not entire Parliament actually in 2021. And also one more act, that is Assisted Reproductive Technologies Act, that was also amended and it was passed in the same year 2021. It had put certain regulations regarding this surrogacy. It had completely abolished the commercial surrogacy. It only allowed altruistic surrogacy. In this altruistic surrogacy also, the surrogate mother and may be related to genetic relationship. Any kind of genetic relationship is required. That is the clause that they have put. It had many restrictions. It had many restrictions. Recently, a 44-year age woman who is unmarried, not divorced, and at the same time not related to any kind of other relationships. So, she wants to opt for this surrogacy. Okay? These are the conditions that they have put, but she is not allowed to go for this surrogacy, and her womb or gametes are not in a capability to opt for the pregnancy that she cannot carry. Therefore, she needs donor also with respect to the gametes, that is ovum or egg cell, which is a reproductive cell, ovum, that is named as gamete. The reproductive cell of woman is known as ovum or egg cell or sperm of male. Okay? It is. So, simply it requires gametes from the person who is opting the surrogacy. That is also a clause given in this Surrogacy Act. So, you cannot take ovum of a woman who is going to be a surrogate mother. That is the condition put forth under this amendment. So, a person who is carrying fetus of other gamete, and that is formed out of the gametes of others, but not the person who is carrying the baby. So, she is only physically giving rent of her fetus, just her womb, that is uterus. So, there is no point here that if a person is unable to have or produce that reproductive cell, it is ineffective or infertile in nature. What is the point of this option of surrogacy? Okay. I do not have such a facility to provide gamete to any woman, and therefore, I cannot take gamete of her who is carrying my child. Okay. I want, so I need a donor, but donors are not allowed here. Okay. Are you getting my point here? Okay. Here you are a surrogate mother, but I should never take the gamete of you, gamete, that is ovum of you, and at the same time I should give my own ovum or any sperm something. Okay. So, what is the point of opting this surrogacy? Okay. And also it is not allowing commercial surrogacy, and it is allowing only altruistic surrogacy, that is fine. But this altruistic surrogacy also, one has to bear the medical expenses, but no compensation is allowed. Okay. These are the regulations put forth. Next, coming to the question part, here there is a question related to this Maternity Benefit Act 2017, and micro level aspects are also asked. CRECH facility, okay. How many ways and how many times and how many number of creches available for a woman who is bearing kid and also who has given birth to a kid, likewise. And coming to this surrogacy bill, that is the rules mentioned in this bill, surrogate mothers can provide their gametes to those parents who have medical issues with their gametes and need donor gametes to conceive a child. Okay, parents who have medical issues with their gametes and need donor gametes to conceive a child. Is it a true statement? See, surrogate mothers can provide their gametes to those parents who have medical issues. Surrogate mothers can provide their gametes. Please, and the first line itself is wrong, right? Just now I have explained. Okay, surrogate mothers are providing only yes, the womb. Okay. It is a process which is undergoing from conception to conceiving to actual birth. During this period only she can give her womb, that is it, and she can carry the fetus, but the fetus is formed out of a zygote of the actual parents. Okay. They should never take as a donation from the surrogate mother. Okay. Surrogate mothers cannot provide their gametes to those parents who have medical issues also irrespective. And the second point, if they have medical issues, they need to opt a person who is genetically related to them. Okay. This 44-year woman can give her brother's gamete to the surrogate mother, because her brother is genetically related to the person who is opting for surrogacy. Are you getting points, right? Who a 44-year-old woman who is opting surrogacy may not be able to provide gamete. She cannot take as a donor from the surrogate mother also. Therefore, she has to opt a genetically related person. Her own brother, sibling is considered to be a genetically related person who can donate the gamete. Okay, and also a sister or somebody genetically related. So, this is what the problem is. And next one is, couples who intend to opt for gestational surrogacy have to mandatorily opt for 2-year health insurance for the surrogate mother. And next, surrogacy attempts on a surrogate mother cannot be more than 3 times. A surrogate mother needs to be paid a fair compensation along with the medical expenses. Okay, only 4th statement you said no, and remaining statements, one statement is also incorrect out of it. What is that one statement? Here, the first amendment to the rules which was notified on October 7, on 10th October 2022, modified rule 5 clause 2 regarding insurance coverage for surrogacy. According to the revised rule, the intended couple must purchase insurance coverage for around 36 months. Why have we chosen such a kind of question? Because here it has asked about crèche must follow mother minimum of 6 crèche facility. Such question was asked, therefore, we have taken insurance coverage to the surrogate mother is around 36 months. Okay. Next, statement 3 is surrogacy attempts on a surrogate mother cannot be more than 3 times, and a person who is going to be a surrogate mother must have a kid earlier, that is also a condition, and she must have married somebody, that is also a condition. Okay? She must have married a person, she must have had a kid before going. Huh?
Living kid or kid?
Living kid means kid. Kid means who is born.
No sir, who is जैसे वो अभी भी जिंदा हो या मतलब ऐसा
that is not a big deal actually. Whether yeah, it is not more than 3 times, that is more important. If she is conceived for twice, then she can go for surrogacy for only once. Whether her kids died or living, it does not matter. The threshold, maximum threshold to become a surrogate mother and to give birth as a surrogate mother is actually 3 times, but in these 3 times also she is already giving birth to her own kid, right? So, automatically she cannot undergo for more than 2 times after giving birth to a kid, right, irrespective of whether kid is living or died, something else. So, this is also important, right. Therefore, they may not opt for surrogacy because her kid is died. So, she has to give birth to her own kid first. That is a fundamental theory which is applied everywhere. Okay? And therefore, surrogacy attempts on a surrogate mother cannot be more than 3 times. Next, delay as tactic. Next, the center should stick to timelines to avoid friction with collision. This collision concept came after third judgment and S.P. Gupta and also first judge case to this one. Actually, this is a transformation, but final outcome is what? There is a memorandum of procedure established between Government of India and also court, Supreme Court, right. So, here there are certain issues of contentious issues with respect to delay in the appointments and also transfer of judges. That is the major issue that was discussed in this article, delay in appointments and transfer of judge. Recently, one Manipur judge and High Court Justice Muralidharan had to be transferred to Madras as a Chief Justice. That was a proposal put forward by the apex court, but the judge was not transferred yet now by the Government of India. The proposal is being delayed now, and that is the issue, and therefore, court has been vocal about centre's selective treatment of its recommendations. Center has recently assured that it is going to notify an appointment of Justice Siddharth Mrudul, Delhi High Court as a Chief Justice. Siddharth Mrudul is going to be Chief Justice of Delhi High Court. This is the actual decision that is notified by the Government of India. It is a selective recommendation. Okay, selective. Central government is selectively picking up the recommendations given by the apex court and the collegium, especially not apex court, actually collegium. So, this selective picking up of the recommendations given by the collegium is not related to, it is a disruption to the checks and balance, right. So, this is a controversial issue which is going on. However, the relevant component for the UPSC here will be Supreme Court of India Collegium. The Collegium of the Supreme Court consists of 5 senior most judges, including the Chief Justice of India as provided by the Indian Constitution. Good. Why it's no? Yeah, it is not due to Indian Constitution, it is a memorandum of procedure established, right. Next, in case of difference of opinion among the collegium, the majority view will prevail. Central government can reject the recommendations made by collegium. Yes, actually it is happening now. Okay, it is, yeah, out of the proposal, some number of X proposals, only 5 are accepted by central government. This itself is indication that it is a kind of rejection. So, next, this is the actual disputed thing. Next, coming to which one of the following judgments is associated with the primacy of Chief Justice and collegiate judges in appointment, that is related to SP Gupta versus Union of India. Under this memorandum of procedure, the weightage given to the weightage which had been enjoyed by the apex court is reduced due to this memorandum of procedure, isn't it? Previously, the collegiate system had more weightage in terms of selection and transfers and everything, right? Now, it is totally reversed. The memorandum of procedure for Supreme Court says that all appointments must be recommended by collegium composed of the Chief Justice and senior most judges around 4. Next, statement 2 is correct actually. In case of difference of opinion among the collegium, the majority view will prevail. Central government can reject the recommendations made by collegium. This is what the tussle happening. Next, basmati rice growers face loss as high floor price dents exports, because the minimum export price is determined by a division of the central government. Therefore, it is a cause of concern for the basmati rice exporters and the farmers. That is the actual argument going on here. They want more exports, it has to be exported more, but it may actually disrupt the supply chain in the domestic market. If there is more export of a good, especially which is in demand in this local market, may disrupt the supply chain system in the domestic market. Therefore, government of India put certain threshold on this export price of certain goods. Okay? So, related to this one, with respect to consider the following statements: minimum export price is the price below which an exporter is not allowed to export the commodity from India. That is one first. Next, price monitoring division. I have said the division under which ministry? Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Yes, here price monitoring division in the Department of Consumer Affairs is responsible. That is what? That is why actually you will, that is what we get confused. That is why we have given that question. Price monitoring division in the Department of Consumer Affairs is responsible for monitoring prices of selected essential commodities, And next thing here, the activities of the division include monitoring of the retail and wholesale prices and spot and future prices of selected essential commodities on a daily basis. That is also important. And next one is with respect to statement 3, here see, central and state government can notify essential commodities under Essential Commodities Act. Actually, central government will notify which goods will come under Essential Commodities Act in consultation with the respective state government, but it is actually notified by central government, not state government. Okay? So, this is what regarding minimum export price and these things. Why have we read these questions? Because in 2010 also there is a question related to minimum price of sugarcane for each sugar. Actually, with respect to this kind of recently such minimum price dispute has also going on. With respect to the ESMA, some organization. Okay, I don't know which organization. I haven't recalled it. One Sugar Mills Association is giving representation and a proposal, put forth a proposal regarding installment basis payment to the sugarcane farmers after the collection and crushing and selling of the sugar into from sugarcane. Okay? Actually, the mill owners are suffering from huge debt. What is the reason behind? Here, collection and crushing and manufacturing and selling of sugar will take around 18 months. Okay? This entire procedure will take 18 months. So, what is the problem here? Immediately they have to pay entire amount after the collection from the farmers. So, they have to take certain loans, and this debt burden is going to be increased if the sales are not happening properly. So, such installment basis of payments to the farmers from sugar mills is a proposal put forth by Sugar Mills Association, to whom Commission on Agriculture Costs and Prices. Commission on Agriculture Costs and Prices. Actually, this Commission on Agriculture Costs and Prices will determine minimum support price, not only minimum support price, but also this one. Yeah, minimum price for sugarcane likewise. It will consider the proposals. So, ultimately the decision will be taken by whom? Cabinet committee. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, this is what there were many questions came in this field, that is why we have asked. So, minimum export price and minimum selling price and minimum support price, minimum selling price for sugar and minimum support price for farmers for paddy cereals and minimum export price for various goods and services, okay, various goods, especially various goods, not services, goods, okay. And this is a price monitoring division, this is actually dealt by minimum export price is dealt by whom? Price monitoring division under Department of Consumer Affairs, okay. And also Essential Commodities Act.
So Department of Consumer Affairs comes under which ministry?
Public what do you call? Food and Consumer Ministry is there, right?
Yes.
Exclusive ministry is there for it.
Food processing. Ministry of Consumer.
Yes, yes,
Separate ministry.
yes, please. Next, Arab League chief demands an end to Gaza military operations. Here it is, as you have known that there is a tussle and the dispute going on between Israel and Gaza, retaliatory strikes that are going on. And coming to this actual question, consider the following statements. How many of the countries listed above are members of Arab League? Members of Arab League. Qatar, Somalia, South Sudan, Syria.
South Sudan.
Very good. South Sudan came out of it. In 2011, South Sudan was divided from Sudan and it did not join Arab League. Okay. In CSC 23, the statement 1 related to Israel has established diplomatic relations with some Arab countries and Arab Peace Initiative mediated by Saudi Arabia was signed by Arab and Israel and Arab League. Actually, this question is a disputed one. Various keys have mentioned different answers. Here, my point of understanding with respect to this one is A, because my understanding is, it may be right or wrong, we need to check this type of question, whether UPSC considers it or not. Okay? Few considered it as B, but I consider it as statement 1 and statement 2 related, because statement 2 is actually substantiating this statement 1, because Israel has established diplomatic relations with some Arab states. Okay? It is completely true. And this establishment of relationship with Arab states might have happened, may have happened, might be going on. Okay, it might have happened, might be going on, may be going on at present. Okay, so it has established relationship and various ways, in different forms, in different time intervals. Okay, on one such time interval may be this one, statement 2. One such way it may be this statement 2. Okay. I have established relationship, I mean diplomatic relationship with few countries, okay, in different formats, in different time intervals, and one way is this one, that is mediated by Saudi Arabia, which is signed by Israel and Arab League likewise.
So it is not mediated by Saudi Arabia.
I mean it may be just if it is with respect to the fact one, it is with respect to the fact one, it is mediated by
It is mediated by USA.
actually there are few more countries involved in it, right? Only USA involved?
No, sir, only not USA, but
So only Saudi Arabia was the statement, therefore it was wrong statement, it seems.
only Saudi Arabia.
There was no such only such, that is why there are multiple ways to establish relationship, right? In diplomatic relationship, suppose through negotiation, through after a war, peace treaty, and different times also, and there is a possibility establish. There is no one concrete understanding of establishment of diplomatic relations with a particular one. Only through Arab League it is not done. It is one such initiative. Only by Saudi Arabia it was not mentioned like that. It might be one such initiative, right?
Might be Saudi Arabia for some reason.
That is actually a disputed one, but however we need to check the UPSC key. Later we need to understand what is their actual insightful understanding about the statement 1 2 related one. Okay. Next, it currently has 22 member states: Arab League, Algeria, Bahrain, Comoros, Djibouti, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan. Okay, please remember all these states. Okay, already I have told you that you need to remember ASEAN and regional comprehensive economic partnership countries. Okay, apart from ASEAN, what are the countries? China, Japan, South Korea, Australia, New Zealand. You please remember all these countries, right? Next, how do some cancer cells survive chemo? Scientists discover a way. So let's understand through MCQ here. What is this chemotherapeutic agent in treating cancer treatment? Okay, cancer disease in treating. Actually, this is related to DNA repair inhibition. DNA repair inhibition. What does it mean? It is explanation. Many chemotherapeutic agents work by interfering with the process of DNA repair in the cancer cell. In these cancer cells, if they interfere in this DNA repair, thereby they will prevent the ability to divide. A cell has to be multiplied by dividing itself. This process is called as mitosis and meiosis. Okay? And this cell division and proliferation is uncontrollable with respect to cancer cells. So, how do you control their control proliferation? This can be controlled by such DNA repairing method within these cancer cells. What does it mean? It will disrupt this will definitely prevent their ability to divide. Okay? So that is because of their weakening in nature after this chemotherapeutic agent is given as a drug, and this disruption leads to the inhibition of cancer cell growth and eventual cell deaths. However, it had many side effects. What are those side effects? Apart from these cancer cells, there are also other cells which may be disrupted by this chemotherapeutic agent, which may cause to create diarrhea and guts, okay, and oral cavities and hair loss, and these are the issues associated with it. Okay? And therefore, scientists are finding a new methods, like a new study published in Cell Reports on September 20, researchers from Netherlands Cancer Institute investigated the resistance of some cancer cells to a drug called Taxol. Therefore, this resistance to drug Taxol has to be understood. This actual problem may also give you the solution. That is what they are finding. The solution may be related to that report. Actually, some cancer cell, that is called, they have reported that the culprit could be the location of a particular gene inside the cancer cell's nuclei. The culprit is actually inside the nuclei, a particular gene of a cancer cell. A cell contains chromosomes, and the chromosome is made up of this DNA, and in DNA you will be having certain code, that is ATGS, adenine something, likewise in some names are there, and this one such particular gene code of cancer cell in the nuclei of the cell is the cause of concern for such resistance to the Taxol drug. Therefore, what should be your target? That gene. Okay? That is what they are searching about. So, they are focusing on various antibody drug conjugates. Therefore, one way researchers have tried to achieve this by developing antibody drug conjugates. Antibody drug conjugates. What will they do? An antibody drug conjugate is a drug attached to an antibody that recognizes a protein found only on or at least preferentially on the cancer cells. Okay? It will target the protein which is causing this cancer cell to be multiplied. They will target only that protein part. Therefore, the burden of this chemotherapeutic agent treatment will be reduced, and the problem or the side effects related to this chemotherapy may be reduced. That is what the actual invention that is going on, the research is going on. Okay? Next. This drug is known as antibody drug conjugate, ADCs. Next, with JP Morgan's inclusion of Indian debt in bond index. What does it mean? Here there is FAR security, a term mentioned here. What does it mean? Fully accessible route. Fully accessible route. What does it mean here? Fully accessible route may not be having any limitation for a foreign agent to invest here. A foreign resident can comfortably invest in Indian securities how much they want. This is unlimited acceptance of investment of foreigners. This is known as fully accessible route. Okay. So, coming to this impact related things, consider the following statements with regard to the specified securities under fully accessible route. These securities just there will be no quantitative limits on investment for non-resident Indian under this route. Is there any quantitative limit under this fully accessible route? A security of government of India which is releasing it to the market in the form of security. Yeah, it is going to be an investment tool, investment instrument for foreigners are also non-resident Indians and domestic players also who can invest in this security in unlimited format. Okay, unlimited. This is there is no threshold for the investment. And coming to this, specified securities under fully accessible, under full accessible route will be notified by central government. Is it true? No, it is notified by RBI. RBI is right. RBI on behalf of government of India releases the securities to the market and it will suck the money from the market. Okay, RBI. This is, please try to remember this. Who will deal with the statutory liquidity ratio? I mean, who will purchase and sell securities of government of India? Okay, who will act on behalf of government of India? RBI, right? That is.
So, what is specified securities?
Yes, this is what there are few securities which can come under. There are securities means a debt instrument security, and this can come under a particular schedule of the act, and this schedule of the act is mentioning this fully accessible route. These are very specified in a particular schedule of the act. That is why they are termed as specified security, and also this is fully accessible. That is why they are termed as. Yes. Next, Indian residents cannot invest in these securities. No. Next, specified securities once designated shall remain eligible for investment under this fully accessible route until maturity. See, please go through it. 2 and 3 are only incorrect one, and 1 and 4 are correct one, and your question is being answered from this statement 4. What is telling about it? Yeah, specified securities once so designated shall remain eligible for investment under fully accessible route until maturity, right? This is. So, in this fully accessible route there is no quantitative limitation, okay, and once they are designated as specified security, they will remain eligible to be invested under this fully accessible route and until the maturity.
Sir, under fully accessible route, foreigners can invest in only government bonds or
actually this is a government security issued by government, but it is on behalf of government RBI. Okay, it is. It is only Indian bonds with respect to Indian government securities mostly. Not for private. Actually, the purchases JP Morgan inclusion Indian bond designated under fully accessible route have crossed 1 trillion 16 versus and clearing Corporation of India data should. It is investors who are already holding Indian allocations would also want to shift to the fully accessible route securities. This is with respect to foreign portfolio investment. It is not the only investment related to the government of India. There are also private players who are also becoming part of the stakeholders. Okay? Secure. I mean, there may be public private partnership. Okay? So, you cannot say it is fully owned by government of India, but it is a private instrument which is releasing to the market may be considered as a debenture also, okay, and various participatory notes. Okay. So, you cannot say that it is completely executed by RBI on behalf of private parties. So, it can be a negating statement. Okay. Foreign currency convertible bonds and please foreign institutional investment and global depository receipts and participatory notes, hedge funds and other related terminology, please try to know all these terms. Okay. This is very important and the jargon given by the UPSC in its PYQ is sufficient for you. Based on that and also the jargon which is mentioned in newspaper several times is also fine for you. Next statement through 2 and 3. Note, recently sovereign green bonds were also included under this list. Sovereign green bonds are also included in this list. Next, license fee paid by telcos is capex. Supreme Court is talking about license fee paid by telcos is capex. Supreme Court. Actually, Supreme Court, there is a dispute going on between these telecom companies and also the tax authorities, that is income tax department. Previously, the High Court of Bombay has given a judgment on by supporting the statements given by the telecom companies, but this is reversed by the apex court. What is that judgment happening there? Here there is an expenditure going on that is related to license fee. Whether this license fee comes under revenue expenditure or capital expenditure. This is a one time license that may be paid on installment basis. Therefore, this is part of fixed capital that is coming under the asset creation of an entity. Therefore, it should never be considered under revenue expenditure. This is the judgment given by the apex court now. Previously, the Bombay High Court and other high courts gave judgment that these license fees which are paid on yearly basis or installment basis may come under revenue expenditure. This revenue expenditure is related to the salaries and maintenance of the organization of these telecom companies. Okay? This is what happening there. So, what should be the actual revenue that had to be paid to the government of India? The revenue is related to the license fee. Okay? License fee. Therefore, if license fee is undergone or becoming part of revenue expenditure, there is less fee collected from the telecom companies. Okay? Yeah, if license fee, yeah, if it is coming under capital receipt, if it is coming under capital expenditure, there will be more license fee for the government of India. Capital is asset creation, it is long lasting. It is once you are creating asset, it will gain tax, right? It will capital gains tax will be there, and also a license fee is nothing but one such fixed asset. Okay, one such fixed asset. If you have more capital gains, there will be more taxation upon you. See, revenue expenditure definitely may not be taxed. If I show lot of expenditure as part of my revenue expenditure, I do not gain any profit. If I do not get any profit, how can I tax you? Okay? This is definitely after excluding revenue expenditure, you need to only tax upon the profit that you have attained, right? That is fundamental one. Then one more thing, actually the adjustable gross revenue is also important. What is that adjustable gross revenue and applicable revenue? After going through this MCQ, we will answer that one also. Here, consider the following statements with regard to the fee paid by telecom companies in India. Telecoms. Applicable gross revenue shall be equal to gross revenue of the license by reducing certain capital components. First statement. And the license fee paid by telecommunication companies in India will be treated as revenue expenditure. Actually, yeah, capital expenditure I have told you. With respect to this, applicable gross revenue shall be equal to gross revenue of license by reducing certain capital components. Is it true? Is it true? Just apply the common sense that we have discussed earlier. Applicable gross revenue shall be equal to gross revenue of the license by reducing certain capital components or revenue components. Okay, please go through it. Here applicable gross revenue should be equal to gross revenue of license as reduced by, here I am charging you the license fee. Before I take the license fee, I should exclude the revenue expenditure, isn't it? For your maintenance, salaries and all this expenditure related to, and the license fee should be charged upon the service that I am actually offering you, means the permission that I have given to you. I have given you the permission to use certain sort of spectrum, okay, certain module of spectrum for you, given to you. So, I have to only charge upon that license, that permission that I have given to you. I should never charge upon your personal income. I should never charge upon your dividends. I should never charge upon your rental incomes, isn't it? And I should charge upon your bond related or other investment related options that you are earning somewhere else. It is a company, your profit is invested somewhere else, okay, and this company is getting lot of profit also out of those investments. Should I charge upon those investments as part of this license fee? No, this license fee is given for what? This is charged for only the spectrum that is allocated to you. For that only I am taking license fee, and the profit that you are gaining is already taxed under income tax net. So, how should I charge under this license fee net? Okay. So, these should be excluded, because I am giving you some sort of spectrum for you. These should be excluded under this umbrella of spectrum, the license. So, income from dividend first, and income from this interest and capital gains on account of profit of sales or fixed assets, securities, I have told you, and next any gains from fluctuations, market fluctuation, and income from property rent and insurance claims, bad debts recovered, something else. I have gained income for my Airtel or Vodafone company from various sources. This company got income from various sources. Therefore, should I charge on every aspect of income that you are gaining when I am allocating certain spectrum by charging some money? No. While charging the money, okay, while allocating spectrum should come under the umbrella of license fee. It should never include the other expenditure and also other incomes that you have earned. Okay, this is important. And next, this is applicable gross revenue. What should be the applicable gross revenue? This is an organization, that is a telecom company's entire income, okay, which is excluding other than license fee, the income other than license, and also and one more thing, that is here the licensee has to reduce these costs. Licensee means the Airtel or any Vodafone telecom company. Next, adjusted gross revenue. What is this adjusted gross revenue? After taking up this applicable gross revenue, after excluding the revenue expenditure of this licensee, I have to exclude the roaming fee also, roaming revenue, roaming cost. Okay? After excluding the roaming cost and the GST component that is paid to all these things. In this applicable gross revenue, I have paid GST, right? Yes. And I have to exclude that. And next thing, the roaming charges. Here the roaming revenue passed on to eligible and entitled telecom service provider. Okay? If following shall be excluded, that is the roaming and also GST component of this applicable gross revenue is excluded. Therefore, I will get adjusted gross revenue. Okay? This adjusted gross revenue will come under the license fee. Okay? So, what should come under this license fee? Ultimately the license fee is charged on the final revenue that you have got from the spectrum that is allocated to you, only that umbrella, not all the revenue that you have attained from various sources. I have to charge upon only the revenue that you have gained from the spectrum that I have allocated to you, not other than this. Okay. So, how should I calculate? I should calculate based on exclusion theory, that what should I exclude you? The income that you have earned other than the spectrum, income, and also the roaming charges I have to exclude, and the third one is the GST components I need to exclude, and if I exclude all these things, I will get adjusted gross revenue. Out of this adjusted gross revenue, some sort of percentage which is charged before the spectrum is allocated has to be taken out from these telecom companies. Okay. Next, Himachal Pradesh snowfall begins on high peaks of Lahul Spiti, Kinnaur, Kulu and Chamba districts are and this is what actually very simple. Indian Meteorological Department indicates with few color codes regarding our weather pattern, okay, especially this rainfall pattern which consists of different color codes. Okay. What is this color code talks about? Green code, orange code and red code. Do you know anything about it? Okay. Let us directly go to that one, because UPSC NDA last year question has focused on this Indian Meteorological Department related cloud burst and features and these aspects. How will you consider this as? Okay. The definition given by IMD is the authentic one while defining any kind of disaster. Okay. That is more important. Cloud burst is a definition or a conceptual clarity given by whom? The original site of this Indian Meteorological Department. Please go through the original sites of the government. Okay. Direct hit the PIBs and original sources, original ministerial sources and sites, original authorities, National Disaster Management Authority site. Okay. Next, Indian Meteorological Department often issues color coded alerts to keep people informed regarding upcoming weather issues. Here certain parameters are given to determine this, and with respect to this color code, already I have told you this entirely. This when it comes to rainfall alerts, green code denotes less than 64 millimeters. Green code denotes less than 64 millimeters of rain in one day, 24 hours. And next, a yellow alert is issued if expected rainfall range is between 64.5 to 115.5. Next, an orange alert is issued when rainfall totals between 1.5 to 562. Next, 204. So, 0.4 and these things you can comfortably eliminate it, no problem. Just remember 64 to 115, 64 less than 64 is denoted with green code, and yellow is indicating between 64 to 115 of millimeters of rainfall in 24 hours, and this orange code is denoting the rainfall pattern which is in between 115 to 204 in terms of millimeters. And next, while a red alert is issued when rainfall total exceeds 204 to 24, 204 millimeters, above 204 millimeters. Okay. And next, and related to the mains one, already the mains is displayed there in the form of the tabular chart. Himalayan region needs its own environmental impact assessment. Here always we focus on discuss part because you need to dump more content. Okay. And remaining aspects regarding comment or something elaborate, explain, does not require you to think in various dimensions. It does not ask you to give counter aspects, counter questions, logical arguments, debate on paper in 360 degrees. It does not require, it requires you to give as much content as possible related to the main theme of the question, but here the counter arguments and pros, cons, advantage, disadvantage part and 360 degrees assessment analysis is required for this kind of discuss directive word. Here the discuss is regarding the concerns associated with environmental impact assessment. How can these issues be addressed to ensure effective environmental clearance and sustainable development? You need to remember the direct keyword. When you hear about a keyword, immediately you should dump 10 points there. Here environmental impact assessment, challenges and way forward, challenges and way forward. So, based on the particular situation in hilly areas there is a different method, in tribal regions and forest regions and traditional forest dwellers region there will be a particular mechanism exists. However, there are few common points which you need to write everywhere, and unique points and common points that you should always keep them in mind. With respect to this environmental impact assessment, challenges, single season data limitations and specialized consultation. Already I have given you the detailed answer for you regarding this one, and also two more questions are given. So, with respect to mains answers, this is not with regard to the mugging up, it is about your conceptual understanding and smart notes making. The smart notes has to be recalled and reproduced several times, okay, and wisely used whenever a term occurs and appears to you, suppose. Okay. And recently we have also gone through various issues, right, like one nation, one election, right. When it comes to it, immediately you should remember 10 challenges and 5 solutions. So, likewise you need to develop the tabular chart, right, this tabular chart. With respect to this AI has heralded as prominent technology with wide applications. AI is one such potential question may be asked in UPSC and other state service commission exams. Okay. This is what the session is about, and please go through those tables. This is going to be posted immediately after this session within hour. Okay. All the very best and thank you, and I will be meeting you in this physical premises in our Delhi campus by 25th of this month, and we will be immediately creating a WhatsApp group. You can anytime text in that WhatsApp group to get clarified regarding any doubt. Okay. Every day we will be posting all the questions related to this MCQs and also mains in that one only, and yesterday we have given them the entire compilation of this week's mains tabular charts. Okay. Please go through those tabular charts, we have already given to them, and the hard copy will be distributed to you. Okay.